Nocturnal news. The Dreamland website raided, that is correct, raided by the Glowies. The FBI got him.
But on November 3rd, he learned the hard way that something on his site had apparently gone too far. More than a dozen agents from the FBI and Air Force OSI smashed through his gate, broke through his door, and stormed into his home.
I'm asking, okay, what is going on? What are you doing?
Okay. And we're going to break this down today, and I'm going to give you all the details that I have. But it reminds me of when Bob Lazar was raided back in 2019. You guys remember that? Back in 2019 at United, United Nuclear. I made a video about it if you follow the channel. And we know they were there looking for element 115, but they claimed they were there to get something that was, used in a crime that someone else committed, and that gave them the green light to raid Lazar's laboratory. Fast forward 2.5-3 years later. Here we are again, the FBI raiding yet another UFO researcher. So let's get into it. This is going to be a good video, so you guys stick around. Here we go. Also want to add, I think this is the FBI, the government, whatever three-letter agency you want to insert there. I think this is their way of telling, you, citizen journalist, to keep your nose out of our business, right? And I think that's what's going on here. Obviously this man is being bullied and harassed by our government, by the FBI. And what do you do? As a private citizen, as a citizen journalist like myself, what do you do? Who am I to stand up to the FBI? As far as anything illegal goes, I'd like to see the proof. I'd like to see the evidence, because as of now, I think this man is innocent, and he's well within his rights as an American citizen to photograph Area 51, to document what they're doing out there, and he's within his rights. I mean, as far as I know, there hasn't been any laws broken, okay, and that's an important thing to keep in mind, because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you can't be doing this. I get it. We have laws. We have to follow them. But he said the warrant was very vague, and they just kept saying things about aerial photos of Area 51. Well, those are satellite images. I mean, I can get those right now, and I've seen all the photos on his website. And as far as I can tell, these are photographs that are readily available to the public. So I don't understand what this man did to have his door kicked in, his wife held at gunpoint. Humiliated, embarrassed, all of his computers confiscated, phones confiscated, memory sticks, everything gone. Okay, they took all his private personal information, rummaged through his home, tore his house up, and said, see you later. It pisses me off. It really does, because we know for a fact that our government has been lying to us for decades. I mean, generations, decades, since the 40s. I mean, going all the way back to Roswell, through all the NASA programs. I mean, leading up to today, with this joke of a UFO report coming out. The first UFO report was an absolute joke. The second one's going to be, even more comical. I don't know why people are so excited for it. Clickbait, I guess. I don't know. But, aren't you tired of them lying to you? And then now, to add insult to injury, right? To pour salt on the wound, sicking the FBI on UFO researchers. So it pisses me off, guys. So let's get into it. Let me put on my conspiracy theorist hat for a minute, my tinfoil hat. There's a working theory throughout the UFO community that perhaps Jeremy Corbell has been compromised, maybe working for the FBI, possibly blackmailed. We don't have time to go down this particular rabbit hole, but you guys remember Bill Moore and the Phantom. They believe the Phantom could have been Richard Doughty. That was another working theory. So there's so many crazy theories throughout the UFO community. I don't know what to believe anymore, but one thing does kind of doesn't really pass the smell test to me. Corbell, he's working with Bob Lazar in the documentary, then boom, Bob Lazar gets raided by the FBI. He's also working with knows, he's friendly with the owner of this Dreamland Resort website, and he gets raided by the FBI. So, again, it's a theory. I have no proof to back it up, but I know a lot of people in the UFO circles are a little bit skeptical of Jeremy Corbell.
Jeremy and I had a private conversation out in a remote area of my property. Cell phones in our pockets, but turned off.
All filmed.
And filming it. And Jeremy was down there to film some of this documentary. He left the following morning, and simultaneously there was an FBI raid.
Okay, so you heard Bob Lazar say they had a private conversation on their property. They're there filming this documentary. They take their phones out of their pockets. They put them far away so nobody can hear what they're talking about while they're filming. And the next thing you know, he's raided by the FBI, and the FBI is reciting that private conversation without any devices. So in my mind, 2 + 2 = 4, right? How did the FBI know what they discussed? I mean, it had to have come from Corbell. So I don't know, guys.
They were able to repeat back verbatim a portion of the conversation that we thought was private, and that shocked us because we were joking that nobody even cared 30 years later what he says. But apparently it's not as it appears. There were 27 forensic agents with a truck there for paperwork. I don't know. We don't really care. We just know now that our conversations are not private.
Okay, so in this clip, you'll hear Corbell say, "Do you have your phone on you?" And again, he's going to take the phone, far away from where they could be heard during their private conversation. Okay, again, next thing you know, Lazar raided by the FBI, and the agents brought up, the private communication they had between Corbell and Lazar. So again, I mean, that begs the question, how did they know?
With me, I'm sure it's virtually none after all this time.
Hold on
the
one
same
second.
thing.
Hold on 1 second. Let me. Do you have your phone on you?
Yes.
Let's at this point take our phone. Let me just throw them. Let me put them in the ground over there. I'll turn mine off.
A lot of people agreed to keep this secret. So, first of all, who am I to upset it? And second of all, who am I to outthink these guys? Maybe they went over all these scenarios already and they know how fucked up everything will be. They identified themselves as FBI, and they said, "You're Bob Lazar, right?" And then, one of them got on the radio saying, "Yeah, he's here." Apparently, they also had my house staked out, and they were deciding whether or not to go there.
Okay, so there you have it. Just a few clips that I played. Now, am I saying that Corbell is an FBI agent or he's been compromised? No, I have no proof of that whatsoever. But it is intriguing, right? I mean, you at least have to investigate. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to play a quick clip. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this already, from Linda Moulton Howe. A caller called in and asked her about Corbell possibly being an FBI agent. And basically, Linda just danced all around the question. And at the end of it, she said, yeah, he's a great guy, blah, 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 blah. But it was like a 10-minute answer, almost like, something from a politician, just beautifully, masterfully danced all around, is Corbell an FBI agent?
Linda, as a journalist, what do you think about Corbell causing Bob Lazar's FBI raid during the filming of the Corbell documentary? It upset me.
Well, this is after the fact.
Devoted to the Area 51 military base wants to know why federal agents busted down the doors to search 2 of his homes.
So he says there were actually 2 teams of more than a dozen agents serving federal search warrants at 2 locations on November 3rd. But the target of the warrant says no one will tell him what was done or why the search was even authorized.
8 News Now Chief Investigator George Knapp now with the exclusive story.
All right, we're going to hear new breaking details on this FBI raid, how this man was humiliated, his privacy invaded, his home invaded. I mean, imagine you get a little knocky knock at the door and it's the FBI. Your girlfriend's in a separate house. It's the FBI. Held at gunpoint. Drag her out to the street in her underwear, barefoot, for the neighbors to see. Humiliate. It's almost like a humiliation ritual what the FBI did. And by the way, this video will probably get taken down, so enjoy it while you can. So here we go.
Jorg Arnu, a naturalized citizen, has devoted much of his life to understanding the base. His website, DreamlandResort.com, is a clearinghouse for all things 51, including photos and videos of the base and anything flying above it. Arnu owns a home in Las Vegas, but bought a place in tiny Rachel, Nevada.
Okay, so you heard the great George Knapp say this man owns a home in Vegas, bought a home in Nevada, or a second home in Nevada, in Rachel, so he could be closer to Area 51 to basically run surveillance on him. And again, legal surveillance, okay, as a private citizen journalist. So let's continue.
So he could be close to the action.
I came to this country because I love this country, and I became a citizen to support this country. I would never do anything to hurt this country.
You know, God bless this man. Coming to America, migrated to America, started a life in America, created this awesome website, became a UFO researcher. Next thing you know, gets his door kicked in by the FBI. Welcome to America.
But on November 3rd, he learned the hard way that something on his site had apparently gone too far. More than a dozen agents from the FBI and Air Force OSI smashed through his gate, broke through his door, and stormed into his home.
Okay, so that was a very important detail. The FBI, the Air Force came there, smashed through the door, and they said something on his website went too far. Something was top secret. Basically, he filmed something. He did something that scared them. Now, what does that tell you? Okay, I tell you, for me, it raises a lot of questions. What are they hiding? What are they afraid of? What do they not want you and I to see? What do they not want the public to see? And again, this warrant was a sealed warrant, so I don't even think at this point he knows until he gets an attorney. When I say he knows, I mean, I don't think he understands exactly what they were looking for.
I'm asking, okay, what is going on? What are you doing in my house? To which I'm looking basically at this point at a riot shield and a gun that was drawn and pointed at me, and an agent in a stern voice giving me commands to turn around, hands against the wall. He then proceeded to yank my hands pretty violently back, handcuffed me very tight. I mean, it really hurt. I got the message that, hey, these guys are serious.
Arnu was held outside while agents searched the home.
Okay, allow me to just offer a little bit of common sense. If the FBI wanted something from this man, couldn't they simply have sent an agent over, maybe two, maybe three, and just said, hey, we need to talk to you? I mean, why the theatrics, right? Why this show of force and intimidation by the government and the FBI? It seems like they took it way too far.
He was given a few pages from a search warrant that was more than 40 pages long. Most of the warrant remains sealed, he says, including what he presumes is an explanation of what the agents wanted.
As it is right now, I have no clear understanding what I'm being charged with.
All right, guys. So again, put that into perspective. The FBI kicks in your door at both homes, okay? They handcuff you. They have guns pointed at you. Your wife, your girlfriend rather, has been drug out to the street in her underwear, barefooted, humiliated for the neighbors to see, and you have no clear understanding as to why the FBI is there. I mean, is this America? Like, what is going on here?
Or why my property was seized. My various computers, 3 or 4 laptops, cell phones, memory sticks, backup drives, my camera equipment that is worth almost $10,000, my drone, everything was taken. I was presented with a list of items that were taken, but not with the reason why they were taken.
At the same time, another team of more than a dozen agents kicked in the door of his Las Vegas residence, rousted and detained his girlfriend, and then conducted another vigorous search.
As she got out of bed, in her underwear, no shoes on, barefoot, she was led out into the street, in the middle of the street, in full view of all the neighbors, and subsequently our homes were searched.
Okay, look, again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but my God, what has this world come to? Now, again, you'll hear me say this many times tonight because I want to drive the point home. I think this is an intimidation tactic on UFO researchers, saying, hey, if you get too close to the truth, this is what's going to happen to you, right? I mean, this is insane. The government using its full power, one of the most powerful agencies on the planet, to harass a citizen UFO journalist.
Arnu says he repeatedly asked what he had done and received hints from an agent that one or more images on his site showed something that's classified, but no one will tell him what it is or which image crossed the line. He voluntarily took down some panoramas of the base and said he would have quietly done so earlier if anyone had requested it.
Do you feel that this was sending some sort of a message to you that, hey, Area 51 is still a classified place, secret things go on there, sensitive things go on there, and you better watch your step?
I believe this was all about sending a message.
Arnu will be meeting with an attorney this week. We'll try to arrange for a return of his belongings. He does not know if he might be facing criminal charges.
It's very interesting. Crop circles, huh? Oh, hello there. We meet again. Okay, so if you're joining us live tonight, thank you for being here. If you're, catching the replay, just know, that you're a slacker. No, I'm joking. I'm grateful for every single person here tonight. But I just want to get on here and say thank you. And also, I've got about a minute of video that I need to fill. So I thought, what better way to hit record and start babbling about nothing, right? And just to say hello to everyone joining us live, or if you're, here for the replay, I need to look, normally I would retake this, okay? But they call me Nocturnal One Take News, so it's one take and it is what it is. So that's where we're at tonight, So, but again, all joking aside, I just want to say thank you for being here. Leave a comment below. Please subscribe. And it's important too to hit that notification bell. And here's the thing. I've got about 30 seconds left, so let me say this. I think it is so annoying to hear these people on YouTube, pander and babble about hitting the notification bell and subscribing and, leaving comments. Like, really, that typically makes me not want to do that because it's annoying and I don't like people pandering to me. But in my case, we really need it. I think we work really hard around here. And that helps a lot. So if you could do that, we would greatly appreciate it. And that's about all I got, so I guess back to my book, the UFO, The Continuing Enigma. I think this is from like 1979 or something. It's a great book, so I highly recommend it. That's all I got. Okay, let's read a few of these tweets here from George Knapp. I think the greatest journalist in the UFO field of all time. He is the GOAT. Okay, this was 2 days ago. FBI agents came down hard on the operator of a popular website devoted to all things Area 51, its programs, lore, and legacy. More than a dozen agents served a no-knock warrant, kicked the damn door in, basically, on the Rachel, Nevada home of Mr. Arnu, owner of Dreamland Resort.com. Okay, number 2, he goes on to say, they seized all computers, files, phones, photos. The same time, another team of a dozen or more agents stormed into Arnu's Las Vegas home, okay, a second home, seized all digital devices and files, held his girlfriend at frickin' gunpoint, okay? This is crazy. Okay, the warrants were served 1 week ago. Arnu noted on his site that he does not know the reason for the raid or whether specific images of the secret base posted online may have initiated such vigorous action by federal law enforcement. We are gathering more info. Okay, I'm just giving you guys everything I have here. Okay, Mr. Arnu, the operator, Dreamland Resort, a website dedicated to Area 51, said his home were subject to a very humiliating raid by the Air Force and the FBI. Wow. Okay, who seized all of his computers, the Sun reports. By the way, the Sun did an interview with him. I just saw a video pop up. More information is coming out as I make my video, where he's on video, and I haven't seen it yet, so you guys go check that out. Arnu said a combined team of the FBI and Air Force Office of Special Investigations searched his Las Vegas and Rachel, Nevada homes, and that each location saw at least 15 to 20, wow, agents rummaging through our homes at about 8 vehicles. I will spare you the details, he wrote, but it got quite tensed are tense. And he says, and humiliating for me and Rachel and for my girlfriend in Las Vegas. So again, 2 different homes, held his girlfriend at gunpoint in a second home, and seizing everything, computers, laptops, phones, just absolutely everything. All my laptops, phones, memory sticks, cameras, drone, and other items were seized. When it was all over, I was left in Rachel with 2 broken doors, broken furniture inside the house, and 0 means to communicate. Our Vegas home fared a little better, with only a broken front door. Well, there's always a bright side. With only a broken front door and torn down blinds. Arnu added that as a result, he has lost all his data, medical files, financial and tax records, passwords, everything. So basically, the FBI took everything. Okay, to the best of my knowledge, I have not broken the law. The search warrants are not very specific, but aerial photos of Area 51 and other installations came up repeatedly. So I've taken them down for now to defuse the situation. Now, what he's referring to there, again, we'll go over to his website in just a second here. I've been following Dreamland Resort for years. I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, long time. And again, he has the best library of all things Area 51, aerial photos, communications from the towers with the black budget projects up in the sky, the entire history, satellite photo, just everything. I mean, it's just a wealth of Area 51 knowledge and photographs, videos, audio files, black budget projects. I mean, just everything. I mean, anything and everything is there. I've been a huge advocate for DreamlandResort.com ever since I started Nocturnal News. So, okay, let's hop over to the website and take a look. Okay, just to give you a quick look at the website. Now, remember, this website is under FBI surveillance, so I'm going to be very careful here about what I do. But just, we're going to kind of fly through them here. You see here, latest updates, Dreamland Resort, Area 51 right here. Now, these are I'm not going to click on any of these, but these are just him documenting all the photos, the panoramics. There's just a ton of stuff. You have radio scanners here, different call signs from the pilots back to Area 51 Groom Lake Nellis Airfield, 3 million acre bombing range in Nevada. Black projects right here are UFOs. Let's see, in activity, the military ultimate sky spies. I mean, just it goes on and on and on. Again, this guy has done an amazing job at documenting all of this. And could it be, right? Could it be that maybe he found something he shouldn't have? Maybe he filmed something he shouldn't have. Maybe he posted a photo that was, forbidden, right, by the glowies, by the FBI. I don't know. My video is probably going to get taken down. Now, who knows? Maybe I'm going to be put on a list. I mean, I'm already on a couple of them, so, I can't cuss. So I guess another one wouldn't hurt. Okay, but look at this, guys. I mean, just amazing citizen journalistic work here done by this man. Okay, we go back to the start page. Classified new Area 51 panoramics. So, is that panorama, whatever. So, but yeah, just to give you guys a quick look, and I encourage all of you, flood his website. We need a lot of traffic there. This man needs all the support he can get. Monitoring Area 51 since 1999. Take an inside look at Area 51, aka Dreamland, the world's most famous secret airbase for 20 years and counting. Dreamland Resort has been the most comprehensive source for information on Area 51, black projects, the Nellis Range, TTR, and the ET Highway. The webmaster is a 25-year Area 51 researcher veteran and a resident of Rachel, Nevada. Well, now he's been raided by the FBI. All right, so there you have it, the FBI raid on the Dreamland Resort website. Wow, I don't know what else I can say. If I get some more details, we'll kind of give you guys an update next week on Nocturnal Nightwave. That would be episode 4. But up next, my good friend, in closing too, by the way, thank you for being here, my good friend Darcy Weir and Richard Dolan discussing this documentary that we made going over the NASA programs and all the anomalies and the deception, the lies, the corruption, all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave you with a few clips. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited about this new addition to Nocturnal News. It's just kind of relit that creative flame for me, and I couldn't be happier. So you guys have a wonderful night, and thank you for being here.
Is, Gemini 10 and 11, Tracy Starnes from Nocturnal News. He has his own YouTube channel. People should check that out. He found some photos that were published by a university that showed signs of some kind of UFO type structure or object in space during those later Gemini missions. Mm-hmm. And that photo came from NASA, but was given to the university, and then the university published it, but NASA never published it to their archives. So, sometimes these two different research bodies don't know that they don't communicate well enough on what they're going to put out there. But I think that's just interesting that some photos are out there that may be sitting in a repository at a university, even that the public has really not even seen the light of day.
It's incredible. And then some of this stuff has, I think, just been permanently lost. Am I right in hearing this wasn't? I don't think you just.
Oh yeah, it's Nocturnal News, Tracy's channel. Thank you, Brandy.
Thanks,
I'm
Brandy.
like having massive brain farts, but Tracy Starnes from Nocturnal News helped me with this documentary. He's a great friend, and when on his channel the other day, if you look at the Nocturnal News, I can find out who the lady is that has the ISS UFO videos, which is pretty interesting. But
oh yeah, so basically, she would have just been watching the whole ISS footage from for years,
combing through it pretty much, right? And that's one of the things that a lot of these researchers who are really keen on this, like I'm friends with a UFO researcher that's famous for combing